shit. We have 20.
One Team Media.
We showed you what the GOAT was last year when we beat y'all 50-7.
Let's go! One team!
Relax, big boy.
Team One Podcast.
Team One Podcast?
One Team, One Podcast?
Yeah, they did a good job.
Really good job. Yeah.
Why is he so fat?
One Team One Podcast. One Team One Podcast. One Team One Podcast.
Fat.
One
Team One
team!
Podcast.
All right, guys, welcome back. One Team, One Podcast. We are live from Perdido Key Beach. The Capri. It's been a great few days. Jeff is already in the chat. We appreciate you, Jeff. That's a colada guy.
First time
We're this isn't the Jordy Colada show.
Yeah.
This is going to be a little bit rougher for you, Jeff.
Yeah, this is
So we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. Big show tonight. We are on vacation. We've been here since Saturday. We've already had 2 rounds of golf. I've got my ass kicked today. We're going to talk about that later.
Yeah, you sure did.
We've been tweeting away.
Yeah.
Since we got here, having fun. Some people
It's been a
took
big
it.
Twitter week.
Some people took it the wrong way today, which is whatever. I don't really. If some of you people are probably watching maybe for the first time, I don't know, but you'll find out that we don't really. I don't care what other people think and say, and we got a lot of loyal LSU fans, super fans that kind of chimed in with us this week because we were saying stuff that they don't want people to hear, I guess. I don't know. And we're going to talk about that a little bit. One of the things I know is the hot topic is the Arik Gilbert situation.
I think that's why a lot of people are here right now.
We'll discuss that. And I'll just tell you, it's more of I was on board with Arik Gilbert a long time ago when he transferred. And then I learned a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm here to tell you, in the name of this podcast, this episode is going to be called Good Riddance, because I don't think LSU should waste their time with this guy. I just got handed a cigar lighter here.
From Tulane Billy.
Bocock Cigars. You see the box here in front of us, one of our huge sponsors. Bocock's going to be sending us a whole bunch more cigars and some more gear. Jude just put that up there. We appreciate you, Jude. Bocock's been real big supporters of ours. They reached out to me today, and we have a bourbon pairing for Bocock Cigars this Friday night at Churchill's. So you guys check that out. Go to the Churchill's website and go to Bocock and like them on Instagram. They would love that. Also, this whole vacation has been sponsored by Bocock, and it's also been sponsored by Fred's Bar. I think you guys know what Fred's is in town. Fred's has been huge for us. We've been planting the Fred's flag on the beach. So I think everybody understands what Fred's means to Baton Rouge and to LSU.
My Fred's hats are now my favorite hats.
I got mine on right now.
Hey,
I'm giving you this one, and I stole it back tonight because I like it so much.
I did. We've been switching back and forth. I don't know which one you're actually going to end up choosing.
My other one. I like the other one. It's an old school game hat, and it says Fred's on it.
I was hoping you wouldn't choose that one, if I'm being honest, but it's okay. I like this one too.
All right, so we'll get to one more sponsor, and then we'll kind of get to this. But Courtesy Buick GMC in Lafayette, Brandon Lejean, he's been our old school OG sponsor from the very beginning. We appreciate him. We appreciate those guys in Lafayette. Now, everybody that's listening, they can deliver cars to you anywhere in the state. Yeah. So if you're in New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Alexandria, anywhere like that, I mean, Brandon's got hauls of vehicles coming in and out of there. So what we ask is follow Brandon on Facebook. He posts crazy deals all the time on Facebook, and it's great to have a guy like that can kind of get you anything, but then also let you know whenever a deal comes in, because those deals don't stay on the dealership more than a day. So we appreciate Brandon for all they're doing. Now let's get to all the hot and heavies, right? Okay, everybody's here for that. Let me take a puff of my cigar. Okay. All right. So Arik Gilbert, he transferred, obviously, and at the time, everybody was talking about mental health. There was some rumors back then about synthetic weed, things like that.
Yeah.
Which I don't really care about that kind of stuff anymore.
At first, I felt
felt
We
bad.
both felt bad.
Everybody
for him.
was calling him a quitter.
Right. Everyone's calling him a quitter, and we were kind of the side of like, yeah, this guy's got serious issues. Let's go easy on them.
What we never understood was we think he was about to get suspended, and he left the team. Right. So he left the team because he was going to get suspended. And then it was always a question whether when he came back, is he going to be eligible? Things like that. And it was more because he's going to be eligible because he transferred in the middle of the year. What was his? We didn't know at the time what his grades looked like.
Right.
And so, yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad. It's a guy, COVID year. These guys come in. It's a weird year. They don't know, he didn't know any guys on the team pretty much. Coming out of state, and then maybe he's got some I've heard bipolar, but like maybe some anxiety, deep anxiety, and he's having to deal with it. Smoke some weed. Who cares? I don't care about that stuff.
You remember when Zach Von Rosenberg came on and he said it's been real hard on these freshmen.
Yes.
Coming in during the COVID year.
Right.
So that was another part. That's another reason we felt bad for him because it was tough on all the guys.
So, he transfers.
Right.
When he transfers, and actually he opts out. I should say. So he opts out.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know where he's going to go yet. At some point, this is before obviously he transfers to Florida. At some point, he delivers a piece of paper to the coaching staff. I don't know exactly to who. I even heard it was a loose leaf piece of paper. Loose leaf, college ruled. I don't know. It might have not been college ruled. Might have been wide ruled.
I would do the same thing.
Could have been wide ruled. I never saw the piece of paper. I've heard this from 4 people. Okay, and it's all the same. It's a wide ruled. We're gonna say wide ruled. We'll say college ruled. College ruled. Loose leaf paper. No frayed edges. Loose leaf. Yeah. Put in half. Crease. Yeah, crease in the middle.
Well creased.
Maybe it was balled up and then it was opened back. I don't know.
He thought about it and he
he like threw it in the trash. He's like,
thought against
no.
it. He's like, no,
I'm doing this.
Okay.
He ironed it. Yeah. On the piece of paper, there were a list of demands. One of the demands was a crazy high dollar amount to come back to school. So he's opted out,
right?
Considering LSU. The crazy high amount was $400,000.
Right.
I don't know what he expected. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know any of that. But I know there was a list of demands, and that was one of the lists of demands. Okay. Next thing on the agenda, he decides to transfer to Florida. What I heard is Florida said yes to this list of demands. And then he got there, and Florida said, we changed our minds. Especially after looking at you have a 0.8 grade point average.
Right.
So he then transfers out of Florida, opts out again, I guess you would say. What do you call it at that point when you've opted out twice? Or you just transfer again? You're just in the portal.
He opted in.
So you're in the portal, and then you transfer, and then you're back in the portal again.
The portal.
It's a never-ending portal.
The portal
is just it's.
He technically never actually transferred to Florida, right?
No, he transferred.
No, he committed to transfer to Florida.
Oh, you're right.
And then he just never left the portal, technically. Right?
So I know they were looking into eligibility issues as well. They were Florida was looking at eligibility issues for Arik Gilbert as far as first of all, was he going to be able to play this year? Right. The SEC rule hadn't come into effect. I thought that was a lot of what they were waiting on, but no, they were waiting on trying to talk him into doing this without his list of demands. Leaves again. Now he's trying to go back to either Florida, Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama, LSU. The demands are still out there. He's still searching for this. Here's where I was on this whole thing. Knowing all that, it changed all of my opinions of Arik Gilbert. First of all, here I was feeling bad for this kid.
Yeah.
Didn't want anybody to attack him. I didn't want people calling him soft for quitting and
Right.
weak and heart and guts. Where's our heart and guts? They're all heart and guts guys out there. I'm sure you guys know who I'm talking about on Twitter. But there's a lot of those guys out there that you should play for the school. It's purple and gold, champions. No, this kid I thought had some issues, and when he was trying to deal with them, and I was all for it. When the dollar amount dropped, that changed everything for me. I am at this point. Look, we went through a bullshit 2020 year, not just for COVID, but also for LSU football. A lot of drama, a lot of off the field things. Coaches with off the field stuff. We had all kinds of bull. We finally straightened it all out, and it took us a while to straighten it all out. The last thing that I wanted was to add another drama piece into this equation for 2021, where we're back on the train. I mean, the train is rolling, and that's
Right.
I tweeted that the other day. I was like, whether this guy wants to jump on board or not, I don't care. But the train is rolling with or without you,
Right.
and you better be on board. If you're coming with drama, then I don't really care about this.
Yeah.
And so good luck. That's all I have to say. Good luck.
Sure.
Go to Georgia, and that's
I like Cole Taylor, Jack Beck, and Jack Besh, and
Besh. Our guy Jack
and
Besh, man.
Jake Johnson.
We had Jack Besh on the podcast. I love this kid. I know he's not the prototypical tight end, but I think he's going to be put in a position like a Thad Moss role.
I don't think
No.
like that.
Listen, as a slot guy lined up on a safety or a linebacker, that's a Thad Ross role.
Thad Moss also lined up outside the tackle and chipped on pass protection
Sure.
and stuff like that.
I get it.
I don't think
I'm talking about in a 4 or 5 wide set.
I don't think Jack Besh does any of that.
I agree with that.
do think I see him in like kind of a Jimmy Graham-ish role. The same role that they pitched to Arik Gilbert.
I think we're not having to deal with this headache.
For sure.
I just don't want to deal with the headache.
But I think you have Cole Taylor to do that, to live that role of the Thad Moss, on the blocking end of things.
No, I agree.
I think Cole Taylor's also very good.
I think he's being undervalued, obviously. But so here I am. We're living our best life on the beach. I am been drunk every day. So have you. I was literally drinking a pina colada. Thanks to Tulane Billy over here. He blended an excellent mix. Yeah, take a bow. There you go. Tulane Billy made an excellent mix of pina coladas, and I started humming the song. I started, if you like pina, and I was like, if you like Arik Gilbert. So I made an Arik Gilbert song off of it. I was like, we're gonna make $1 million. We're gonna be millionaires.
We're gonna be on Ellen.
Yeah, they're gonna love us. Barstool's gonna hit us up. We're going to be in New York tomorrow. No, so I made an Arik Gilbert song based on the Pina Colada song, and everybody, some people took offense to it. There's the mom of LSU Twitter clapped back at us saying, this is wrong, stay classy. Yeah. And I just keep thinking to myself, stay classy. Dude, I would love this kid when he first came on. Now, I'm sorry, I'm done with it. Like, stay classy to a kid that's basically trying to extort from 4 SEC teams just to get him to transfer back to you? Like, give me a break.
Yeah, no. It's
get out of here, kid. No, like, I'm sorry. Especially, who knows? I don't know what happened. I don't know if he ever got paid. I have no idea. But if he did, he's making more money than I am. So... Screw you, man. Right. Like, I don't care.
Yeah,
you're not just a 19-year-old kid anymore.
Just treated as a kid.
If you're making 100 grand.
I'm sick of hearing that.
So, all right.
Well, it's also like, I go to the same school as him, so it's like, I feel like I can talk as much shit to him as I want.
Yeah, there you go.
Fuck him. Now he goes to Georgia.
So, all right, let's switch gears because we got that out of the way, and we can recap it later if we want. But it's on the audio, so if anybody wants to pick it up on the audio, we'll catch it on there. I'm gonna have it live later tonight. Let's switch gears to Paul Mainieri. All right. So we had the big retirement. So the last time we had our podcast, he actually announced the retirement.
Yeah.
So I thought that was great. I thought the way they did it was
they handled
great.
It very well. Yeah.
We had heard the day before that he was going to announce it. We were asked not to put it out there, and we respected their wishes.
We didn't do it.
Guess who did it? Matt Moscona.
That motherfucker. That motherfucker.
What's in the cup? Oh, Craig's
that
in the
guy.
chat. What's in the cup? I got a little Old Forester. Got a lemon peel.
Ugh.
All about the lemon peel lately. Craig is doing wonders for me. We've been going a little crazy on the alcohol. We're going through 4 bottles of bourbon. We got one more left.
4 bottles of bourbon.
We got a St. Cloud left,
I think
Craig.
4 cases of Michelob.
Craig is a huge.
I mean, that was all William. 2 of those were William alone.
Craig is a huge bourbon guy, so I know he would appreciate that.
I don't know if Willie B is watching the thing, but
Not sure.
William drank. I mean, the majority of the alcohol, I think.
He did. He slept on the couch the entire time. Anyway, so let's get back to it. Mainieri retires. Yeah, we found out. They said don't push anything. We don't get anybody in trouble, and we didn't want to. And we did it. After we were told that we weren't. We just got to respect his announcement.
Right.
That's what Matt Moscona said.
He should be able to do it however he feels.
He's just a dopey-faced radio guy. I don't care. So anyway, he comes out with it.
Redneck review.
Yeah. Mainieri does his announcement. I thought it was great. Mainieri showed a lot of class with it. I thought he handled stuff well. It was very, you could tell it's very like emotional time for him.
Yeah. I thought he had a great presser too.
And I was also told that obviously they're doing this for the timing of the regional announcement to hope, because we were really on the bubble at the time.
Right. I don't know if anyone's actually. I haven't listened to any radio this week, but I don't know if anyone's talked about like
the timing of it.
The timing of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like how. I mean, kind of blatantly, just trying to make sure we make this regional, right?
Yeah, well, so apparently
Don't you think?
Mike Martin in 2019 did the same thing, and this is kind of similar to that, where Florida State was on the bubble, and they got in because of the Mike Martin retirement as well.
Right. And they ended up making Omaha.
Right. They had a good run. So we'll talk about the regional placement and all that too in a second. But wanted to talk about what we had heard about the replacement for Mainieri.
Sure. Right.
So
we have some people who have opinions on that, don't we?
We do. We have all right. We got our voicemails,
You just got
guys.
so excited.
I did, man.
We
My voice
haven't
went up a
been
little
to
bit, huh?
voicemails since we were doing.
We haven't done it in a
Donuts.
long time, and I'm hoping it
I think Coffee
works.
and Donuts was the last time.
I'm hoping it works. Let's see. Let's play our first voicemail. We posted this, and we were asking people, "What's your what is
Who do you want?
who do you want and why to replace Mainieri?" Here we go. First one.
Hey, how you doing, man? This Lorenzo trying to get that motorcycle from you, bro.
Wrong number.
I'm back today,
Motorcycle.
man. I'm trying to come check it out for you, brother.
Wrong number, Lorenzo. Sorry. All right, next
Hey,
one.
whoever's trying to reach out to Lorenzo, whoever's is trying to, he wants a motorcycle.
It's
whoever that is.
485-137. Anybody wants to call him up?
Hey, I think one of the pretty good choices for LSU's new baseball coach when Mainieri, after the season and Mainieri retires, is Andy Cannizaro. He may not be a flashy choice. He may not be a big name choice, but he was a hitting coach for us. He was a pretty good hitting coach for us, even though him and Mainieri didn't quite get along. When he went to Mississippi State, he had Mississippi State's baseball program winning and going in the right direction before that little infidelity issue. So why not give the guy a second chance? I mean, he's a good option. You can get him pretty cheap. He's proven he can start to establish and build a program.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a bad option. I think trying to go after Florida or Tennessee or some of these other bigger names, I don't see those guys leaving to come to LSU, and I don't think the alumni base is going to want someone that's not proven or someone that can't continue to do what Bertman did or continue to. We definitely don't want another Smoke Laval situation. So why not Cannizaro? I think he's a good choice. He may not be the best choice or the only choice, but he's not a bad one.
We're going to talk about Andy Cannizaro because I understand that. The wife just delivered us some pulled pork nachos.
Let's think about Andy Cannizaro for a second.
Okay.
Shouldn't he be like the guy we're pumping?
What do you mean?
Like, really good baseball coach. All he did was sleep around a little bit with happened to be a girl on staff. He probably didn't know that she worked for Mississippi
just a bat
State.
girl. No, I'm just kidding. He's not a bat girl.
Dude, that would be bad. But he's a good baseball coach. It's just adultery. I mean, it's not
This
that
was the
bad.
only option I saw for Andy Cannizzaro here, which I don't know if this is real or not, but I saw somebody say something about it possibly ULL job. Not sure if that's not a thing or not. But anyway, the Andy Cannizzaro would maybe if he was a assistant coach, like a hitting coach, but the guy I thought that could come in and be his head coach would have been Jake Gautreaux from Mississippi State. If Jake Gautreaux came over as a head coach, Andy Cannizzaro would slide in as the hitting coach. They both played at Tulane together. There's a history there.
That's right.
Gautreaux's pretty hot name.
What about Godwin?
Anyway,
What about Godwin as head coach and Cannizzaro as hitting coach?
they don't really have any ties other than that they both coached with
Under Paul
Mainieri, but not at the same time.
Oh,
That's the only way that I would want Cannizzaro back here is as a hitting coach. I don't think he's going to be able to
makes
get
a lot of sense.
a level like this right now.
Sure.
All right, so who we got next on the let's see, voicemails.
I think Wesley's got to be in here.
Hey, man, I think we should get
This is a 256 area
hot dog stands in locker rooms,
Nope.
Hot dog stands?
preferably with free toppings. Only chili and cheese, though, because we don't like all that other shit. And Gatorade synonymous with the color of LSU. I'm tired of pouring red Gatorade on Coach O.
All right.
It's really pissing me off. Thank you.
This sounds like a fake call. Is a 256 area code.
Dude, I'm all
Alabama.
about that, though.
This
I'm all
guy's
about
trying
that.
to troll LSU fans and not doing a very good job of it. So,
I thought he had a good point there, though.
all right. So next voicemail.
Hi, Tasha Thibodeau here from the
Tasha.
Real
Tasha?
LSU Nation. Consensus on our page is Cannizzaro or O'Sullivan. Either one. Cannizzaro because he had our guys hitting when he was here, and we had Mississippi State going in the right direction before his indiscretion, which is not the same as other indiscretions that we recently
we
had
have
to deal
Fred's
with.
as a sponsor.
And
We do.
O'Sullivan just because a lot of the guys in the group like him. Okay, thanks so much.
So
Have a great day.
Tasha is a
Tiger.
part of
Bye.
the Real LSU Nation on Facebook. So she was just kind of giving us her opinions on that one. All right, here's a long voicemail.
Tony Vitello.
That's it. Tony Vitello.
Here's another long one.
Another long one.
Anthony Cannizzaro.
Oh my God.
He said
So we got what?
Anthony Cannizzaro.
Yeah, not even Andy. I don't even know.
I love the transcripts that your Google Voice gives you.
Anthony Kim Zero. All right.
Anthony
so
Kim, great golfer.
those were fun. So all right. Yeah, Andy Cannizzaro is not coming here. Tony Vitello. I'll just be my personal opinions are I would love to see Tony Vitello mentioned in a search and all that kind of stuff. But we had already gotten a text from, all right, if people remember this, he's the source that gave us Jake Peets. We were the first to kind of talk about the Jake Peets hire. The source for Jake Peets has now told us that it is Sully. No doubt, it's Sully. I asked a lot of questions about, is it, was there anything to these? There's rumors, of course. Everybody has talked about these rumors. There was something that happened. I don't remember how long ago that was. I didn't see the article, but there is something where there was a. It was a little
infidelity.
Well, he wasn't married. So Kevin O'Sullivan is divorced. He's got a couple of kids. And he was in a relationship with a married woman. And something happened in her family. And there was like a husband and some kids issues. And we're going to leave it at that. It was pretty bad. It's bad and it sounds bad. But when I look at Kevin O'Sullivan.
What he just said is mild, by the way.
Yes, what Kevin O'Sullivan did with it and his role in that, I think that was what Woodward's having to look at and kind of like examine, and it's good with him. I was told it's all good with him. So Woodward wants to win, and the LSU backers right now, all of the LSU TAF guys, big guys, they're all on board with Andy Cannizzaro with Scott Woodward. No, with Scott Woodward. board.
Okay.
They are like, here, Scott, you're gonna take us to the promised land. I had one guy tell me Kevin O'Sullivan's coming, and we're gonna win the College World Series years.
Where are
So,
we at on Scott Woodward, by the way?
what do you mean?
We like him, right?
I love Scott
I
Woodward.
think Scott Woodward's doing fantastic.
First of all, he's your Catholic High guy.
For sure. Go Bears.
Yeah. I think. Sorry, my wife handed me
yeah, I mean,
pulled pork nachos.
we
What do you
can't
want me to do?
We can't eat nachos with the.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's just bad audio.
I know. Well,
Someone on Tiger Droppers today going after us on the audio.
oh, they're killing us on audio. I'm at the beach Wi-Fi.
Guys, if
what
you're
do you want?
listening in your car and you can't hear us, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Some guy's killing us on audio, and I'm like, dude, you want to come work for me? I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, come on.
I have a full-time job.
We'll watch video tutorials.
So, I'm hearing it's Kevin O'Sullivan all the way.
Uh-huh.
Done. Not. I hate saying done deal because, and my guys even told me
1
this.
yard line. Say 1 yard line.
Oh yeah, we'll love everybody love that. We'll get blown up on Twitter again with that one. No, nothing is ever done until they sign the contract. So
Definitely.
I don't know what to tell you. But here's where I come from and where we come from as a podcast. I hate when media in Baton Rouge knows things like Matt Moscona.
Right.
They know it and they sit on it and they don't tell the followers because they don't want to burn bridges with LSU or whoever their guys are. They're telling all that scoop, and also in fear of retribution from LSU not giving them access to certain things here and there. We're not tied to LSU, man. Like, and I'm not telling you anything that's gonna like burn a deal. This is ridiculous. People that think that we're going to say something that's going to burn a deal, that's retarded.
Right.
It's just dumb.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's where we're coming from. We're just having fun, bro.
Yeah, dude. We're not. I mean, like, I like where we're at right now. We're growing very fast.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have enough pull to just destroy a deal for a multi-million-dollar deal. I don't think we have that kind of pull.
No, it ain't happening like that.
And neither does Tiger Droppings.
No.
Just because it's on Tiger Droppings doesn't mean that, Tiger Droppings took the deal down.
Right.
Like,
I mean, give me a break. So anyway, that's where we stand on the Mainieri replacement. Kevin O'Sullivan, that's the name we've been hearing. We heard it a long time ago. Then I heard we backed out, but that wasn't even true then. We never really backed out. He was just Scott Woodward apparently was doing his due diligence, just kind of looking through things, and he's with it. And I also heard that Kevin O'Sullivan may have a relationship with somebody in Lafayette now. And there's a connection there too, which is another reason why he may be coming to LSU. So, Brian Ashcraft, Reddit does. Yes, exactly. Yeah, Reddit has a lot of pull.
Reddit can rock
Stonks,
the stock
baby.
Yeah,
Stonks.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's talk about the regional. It's 31 minutes in. We had talked about LSU going to Eugene. So I love the draw, obviously. 3 seed Eugene, Gonzaga first. Obviously on Jordy's show the other day, Mainieri comes out. I was just so happy to be. I was sitting literally right here drinking coffee, watching his show, and Mainieri says he's going to go with Marceau for the first game, and that tells me a whole lot. Him going with Landon Marceau in the first game
tells me how much he respects the Gonzaga pitcher.
He respects the Gonzaga pitcher. I think he also does not respect his offensive ability to score runs.
Jesus.
Can we say it that way?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah. That's all I got. Yeah.
Yeah. Jeff, I want a Fred's hat, and I want to swing some clubs. All right, perfect. We'll play golf.
Let's do it, man.
We played. So we'll talk about that. We played at Kiva Dunes. It was fantastic. Which day was that?
Great.
Monday.
Mm-hmm. Memorial Day.
So apparently they
Shout out to the troops.
Blue Angels flew out over the other day.
You're my boy, Blue.
You're my boy, Blue. Kiva Dunes was fantastic. They punched the greens yesterday, or I would love to go back there maybe Friday and go play. So we're not going to do that. We went today to Peninsula. It thoroughly kicked my ass. So we may go play that again on Friday if we feel up to it. I'm not quite sure yet. But
I want to go back because I want a second shot at it.
Does anybody? And if anybody else knows in the chat, like what's another course we should go play here?
Oh yeah, fire that away.
Yeah, shoot it out to us because we would love to do that. We played Craft Farms before. What's the other course we played?
We played at we played
here
the Cotton Creek course at Craft Farms. And then
Cotton
we played,
Creek course. There's another one though there. Yeah,
we played Tiger Point too.
that's crap.
Yeah,
that was crap.
That was bad.
Lost.
That's all the way in Pensacola.
You've played Lost Key before. I haven't played Lost
Key twice last year.
Okay.
It's good. It's good. I got really frustrated the whole time because I kept losing golf balls.
Well, and I got frustrated today. I just wasn't playing well at all.
Yeah, you and I both weren't playing.
We're supposed to do bogeys and bourbon tomorrow night. I told Justin we're canceling that. That's another podcast, the golf podcast. So you guys are watching right now. Please go to our YouTube page, man.
This segment is like the honorary bogey.
This is the bogeys and bourbon for the week right now. We talk about bourbon and we talk about playing golf. So and we watched a little golf this weekend. So Coke rack. Coke rack beats speed.
It's both variations
Cock rack.
of the cocaine drug.
I had the cock racks.
I got a cock in my hand.
Yeah. We watched that this weekend.
Sucking on a cock.
Yeah. So Lost Key. They're saying that's another. I mean, obviously,
Lost Key. Right.
It's actually right down the street. So
it really is.
We could go play that. So regional. Let's get back to that. I don't think Mainieri has any faith in his offense to score runs on this Gonzaga pitcher. I think you're right.
He's got good stats, man.
Good stats. I know they're not playing the same level of competition and all that stuff, but at the same time, I can see a pitcher coming in and just shelling LSU. Couldn't you? I mean, couldn't everybody else? Like,
right.
I this year is just a bad year for our offense. I mean, we have a top 4 or 5 guys in our lineup that are decent. Or I shouldn't say decent; they're good. But then after that, you got so many holes. And sometimes those guys at the top of the order, they get on, and the other guys aren't picking them up, and there's all kinds of issues with that. So I think he's going to have – he goes with Marceau, and he's saying he's keeping it close to the vest for game 2, whatever we have to do. If it's in the winner's bracket or whatever.
I think it should be Hilliard in game 2.
If say we beat Gonzaga, you mean?
Yeah.
So what if you lose Gonzaga and you're in the losers bracket? You want to come back with Labus?
Well, now you're in a winner go home situation. I still think you pitch Labus though, because I think you beat Central Connecticut State of the
University
of the Deaf and Blind or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, Directional State University basically. I think you beat them with Labus.
Yeah,
for sure. I mean, you never know with this LSU team, but
would you say the football season or the baseball season has been a bigger disappointment? That's my guy Carlton. Football, not even close. For me, it's football. You're 500. Like you're at least making the regional for baseball.
Sure.
You were.
Yeah, but we would have made the postseason for football.
You were top. Yeah, but you're still like a top 30 RPI for baseball. If you look at it that way too.
Right.
So
I think football was a bigger disappointment for you.
Absolutely.
Person by person.
So, and I guess if you look at it like a preseason compared to where we are at, I guess it's pretty equal if you go by it that way. What is this? Is this a Blue Angel flying by? Or no, that's a helicopter.
A little too much drinks.
Airwolf.
It was very clearly a helicopter.
Yeah. Thanks.
That could not more clearly be a helicopter.
Yeah, so I guess it's similar. Yeah, I think football should be though with all of the off-field stuff though. Like baseball didn't have all the drama that football did.
Sure.
So
I mean, football is just more. Sorry to all the avid baseball fans out there, but football is just significantly more interesting than baseball. I mean, that's just how I stand.
I think there's a more rabid fan base for football for LSU
because it's more interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a diehard LSU baseball fan. Have been, you know. You want to hear the worst thing that happened to Paul Mainieri during this whole deal is right before the SEC tournament. We come out with this document. Well, ESPN comes out with this documentary about how much Skip Bertman has won, and then Paul Mainieri loses the play-in game for the SEC tournament. What a bad job that was for LSU.
Dude, I feel like a lot of people were just assuming we were going to win that Georgia game too.
I did. You had Marceau in the again. You have Marceau on the mound. This guy's 6-5, great ERA.
I mean, he had a bad first inning, but then the rest of that game he was just lights out.
Man, he just doesn't have any run support, man.
None. You can't put up one run. That's terrible.
Better reception on YouTube. Appreciate that, Jeff. We need that kind of
Nice.
we need that kind of feedback. Appreciate that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that was brutal. Great doc, though. Absolutely. I love the documentary. It was just like, shit, how far have we gone? How far have we fallen off? And it was just more of an indicator of, okay, this is the end for Mainieri. So obviously it was, but I'm glad he gets to go out.
Okay, speaking of change the tunes here.
Sure.
But speaking of football and disappointments, we had a fun conversation with Tulane Billy earlier today. Actually, it was fun at first, and then it turned into more tense, and I just felt uncomfortable being in the car with you
I
two.
think anybody was listening to anybody at the end of it.
Yeah, we're kind of just yelling over each other, and I was like, I really hope we're at the golf course.
I know it was a long drive.
Let's
so
talk about
all right,
what that conversation
my
was.
thoughts. It was all about
Offensive scheme, right?
Offensive scheme. In my opinion, the scheme of the offense changed in 2019 to 2020.
Even an opinion, though?
No, I don't think so.
That's just fact?
Yeah, I mean,
it changed.
It changed. Ensminger and Linehan tinkered with the best offense in the country. And I guess our debate was, what I was saying is, if our offense in 2020 would have been better if we would have kept the same scheme that we had in 2019 for the 2020 season. Obviously, we're taking a step down in all these players, but my thoughts are, you don't mess with what got you there scheme-wise in 2019. Obviously, because we saw what happened in 2018 to 2019. Joe Brady comes in and creates this juggernaut.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow is the best player in the world.
Best offense ever.
And, so he helped he helped them succeed and put them in the right spots. So what I'm saying is, why would you mess with that? Why don't you just take the same scheme, plug new players in, and obviously you're not going to ever get to that point of you got in 2019, but you would still be better than what we were at in 2020. Was my debate.
I respect that, John Paul.
All right,
yeah,
JP say, I would go nuts. I go nuts for football, but baseball has always been my favorite. Baseball with #1 draft class, multiple years. Jalen Hill, etc. Biggest disappointment.
Yeah. You mean recruiting class, I think. But
yeah.
Anyway, so about that conversation with Billy, so what Billy's point is that you can't plug in. I'll be the voice of Billy here. This is the Tulane Billy side of this argument.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you can't put the 2020 players into the 2019 offense and expect success. I think that's what Billy was saying, right?
So yeah. I guess the point was Miles obviously doesn't run the ball like Burrow can, and that changes dynamics of the offense, everything like that. I get that.
Right.
So there are certain things you're not going to be able to do with a Miles Brennan that you could do with a Joe Burrow.
Right.
What I'm saying is, stop tinkering with things
Right.
that were working so well. You just may not have to call some run plays, and you may not have to do rollouts and things like that because you have a limited quarterback.
Right.
Get all that.
And so I think Billy was wrong. Is actually, I'm going hard on Billy here, but a lot of people have this opinion.
He's looking at us.
Do you think the 2020 offensive scheme could have been better?
Yes.
He said he thinks the players.
Yes. So better. Yes. All right.
But
Sam in the chat.
Right?
Sam in the chat wants to know if we went -10 for Goff. No, not quite. not quite.
I would be
Sam,
curious to know what we do in a 4-man scramble.
Yeah. Well, we need to find this out if we're going to be
If
playing
we're-
Justin Vincent.
If we if we go play Peninsula on Friday, then maybe we just do that since we already played the course.
Any defense in
individually.
LSU goes 7-3 or 8-2 in 2020, and I agree with that. So
we
Missouri,
win Missouri. We win
Mississippi State,
we win. That's it.
7-3.
We go 6-4.
I guess he may be
Yeah.
he may be considering I don't know, Texas A&M. We played great on defense, so
Yeah, no,
can't say that one.
great.
I mean,
it was a fucking hurricane that game.
I mean, we started playing much better on defense at that game.
Definitely.
And it didn't hurt that Kellen Mond played against us. He
Right.
is
Kellen
just
Mond
terrible.
sucks.
He's
He
awful.
Sucks.
Um,
I hope Dash Sports is listening. He sucks.
yeah, a lot of things have to go right for this football team to win 10 games this year. I just not there yet. I'm not throwing shade. Just a lot of turnover. Everybody's blaming Pelini, and I hope they're right. Okay,
I think 9-3 seems to be the consensus.
9-3 to me is the baseline. I still
8-4, but go ahead.
I disagree.
Go
I
ahead.
think it.
Go ahead.
So I think you're 10 wins regular season. I think you're a 10-2 team.
I agree.
I think you have a lot of talent on the defensive side of the ball, and we have met and drank with Durante Jones enough to tell you that this guy is a cool motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that the kids will love to play for this guy. And I think that all of a sudden you're starting to hear murmurs of Damone Clark is coming out of his shell this year.
Right.
Like, well, I think he wasn't in a good spot last year. Nobody was really coaching him up. A lot of these guys were taking plays off, bro. Like, it was a disaster on the defensive side, all levels. And don't give me, I'm tired of hearing the installation time. Oh, COVID, installation time. No, it's because you had Bo Pelini installing it, who was already pissing off players. You went from a guy, and Derry Beckwith told us this, and it kind of caught us off guard when he first said it. It was the first time he came on the podcast.
Right, because this was before the season.
Yes.
Right.
He said, when you go from a guy like Dave Aranda to a guy like Bo Pelini, he was trying to be very subtle with it.
Right.
But he was saying there is going to be a transition period from that kind of communication. And he was very articulate with the way he said it. And it was like, oh, there's going to be some communication problems, it sounds like, between the players and Bo Pelini, because they're used to hearing Dave Aranda communicate to them in a completely different way. And I don't know if Bo Pelini is ready for that transition.
Right.
I think he is like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm Bo Pelini.
And what I've been saying the whole time is that the excuses are fair and the criticism on Pelini is also fair.
Yes.
You handed a pile of shit to a shithead, basically.
Right.
Like, he couldn't have handled a good defense if you handed it to him.
Yep.
And you handed him a bad defense, or at least maybe not a bad defense, but an inexperienced defense.
Yep.
With injury problems and opt-out problems all over the place.
I think it also helps that Durante Jones is a DB coach, and I think the relationship between him and Corey Raymond is so vital with this.
I agree.
I like the fact that Ogeron, first of all, Ogeron is awake and he is coaching the team now. It took him about 3 games to wake up last year to realize that he's pretty much lost the team already. Got it back. We got the real wheels back on the track. He's all in now. There's no off-field distractions going into the season. He can concentrate on defensive line. You brought in some guy like Blake Baker to me, like as a guy, he's just a fireball, young guy. He's going to come in and coach the linebackers. I think you're on the right track with the defense. Offensively, Jake Peets, bro, let me just tell you, that's a head coach. That's a head NFL coach in 10 years. That guy is just – I've seen some videos of him and doing some cutting up some film, just kind of like going over – all 22 film and stuff like that and looking at it and cutting it up, and it's just like, bro, this guy is the real deal.
Yeah,
for us to get him here is just, I think it was an unbelievable hire.
Shit.
You want to talk about the,
was he the first choice? I can't remember how that all went.
I don't either. I don't remember
if he
either.
wasn't first choice, I mean, like,
I know he called Brady and Brady said Peets, but you want to talk about the hires that were made or the transitions that were made in 2020 and then the hires that were made for 2021, like, man, what a lightning difference to me. So all right, we got a couple of things in the chat here.
Damone Clark was a complete disaster last year.
Yes,
That's one.
he
we
was.
just went over that.
And we've talked about
I
this.
think he's out of position at inside linebacker.
Yeah, you're saying we need to move him to the outside. I kind of agree with that because he's not fast side to side like that.
Exactly.
So 2019, we saw Damone Clark, and Jeff, you can probably know the game even, but we saw him with blitz packages for Dave Aranda.
Yeah.
Going upfield, vertical to the quarterback, through the line, and the guy was just
delayed
like
blitzes.
Yeah, and we were like, holy shit, Damone Clark.
Right, yeah.
He just looked like an all-world kind of guy.
Dude,
he was a young guy coming in.
I thought he looked like Michael Divinity, except more athletic.
Yeah.
And then last year, he looks like the slowest freaking linebacker I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he looked like
I know there was
like
a lot
DJ
of problems.
Welter
I know there was a lot of problems too with them that's not knowing what they were doing. I mean, you look around; they're looking around at each other like having no idea what they're supposed to be
zero
doing.
confidence.
And there was, yeah, I can tell you when you're flat-footed in a position like that in the SEC. Holy shit!
Yeah.
You're
against a guy like
it's a
Kylan
disaster.
Hill or Najee Harris.
Right.
Yeah, those dudes are freaks.
Hey, look at this. We got a golf golf
TPC
question.
River Highlands.
Didn't know this was a golf podcast technically, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
If anybody's up this way at TPC River Highlands.
Where's that?
I don't know. We'll have to Google that one and see.
Or just let us know where that is.
Our guy Garrett is in the chat. Max or Miles, if you had to choose right now, this is fifth quarter LSU.
Max.
My guy's Max. He's been my guy.
I've actually made a switch. I've been saying I think Max should be the guy, but Miles will be the guy. I think
Jude is listening. Jude the intern is a heavy Miles guy. Heavy Miles guy. He's typing right now. I can see. He's typing furiously. Look at that. Miles, Jude the intern. I knew it. Busted. Yeah, so here
I think Max should and will be the guy. The closer we get to this season, that's where I'm at.
I like and we had Hanny on a few weeks ago, Charles Hannah-Griffin. We actually had the same opinions of this, whereas
I've flipped.
I think it's going to be we're going to go all the way to the end here with who's going to win that, and it's going to be a tight contest. Yeah. I could even, and Hanny said the same thing, we could even see Miles winning the starting job against UCLA, and then Max takes it over. Only reason why is because we don't want him to transfer out.
Yeah.
And then you're down another quarterback, and it's going to be a really hard depth situation in your quarterback room.
So the reason I disagree with that is because you name Miles Brennan the starter.
Yeah.
We beat the shit out of UCLA. We beat the shit out of the next two teams, McNeese and Central Michigan. And then the offense just is rolling. So now you go into game 4. Miles is still the starter at this point.
Right.
I don't even know who our fourth team is, but I'm pretty sure it's SEC. And so that would be the first opportunity for Miles to lose the job. I guess he could lose the job against UCLA if we play bad in that one.
Crown and Main Golf said the Travelers is where the Travelers play every year. So I'm fully aware of that.
Where is that state?
Cromwell, Georgia, right?
Georgia. Okay.
I think. I might be wrong.
I want to go on a big golf trip sometime.
Anyway,
so maybe we'll meet you.
Did Cordell Flott have a bad year, or is he overrated now? I liked his freshman year when Christian Fulton got hurt, but he was a huge problem. What y'all got? I think it's similar. I think any of these guys that you saw play well in 2019, and then all of a sudden they turned into a bad player in 2020. There's reasons why they turned into bad players in 2020.
Cordell Flott was locking up Jerry Jeudy on some plays.
Yes.
In 2019. Yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player.
And I love Jay Ward. Another guy who's going to move in the safety role. I love it.
Cordell is the fourth corner.
Yeah,
I think it's Stingley, Ricks, and then McLaughlin. And then Flott.
So yeah, he's on the 2 deep.
Yeah.
So I agree.
You think he's a nickel guy?
Garrett, I think Bo Pelini sucked hard. Flott that's correct. I didn't like that. Connecticut. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, we'll come up there. We'll have to have a sponsor pay for the trip. But actually,
fly us up there?
Bocock Brothers Cigars has a nice Connecticut blend. We'll see if they can make a trip. Yeah, go up there for a Connecticut golf trip for their cigars.
Does it say anything?
Flott's not a tackler. Agree with that. He's kind of light. I don't know. I don't know if you necessarily need him to to tackle well. I just want him to.
He came in at 160, and I don't know if he's gained a pound.
I don't know either. I just want him to like just stick on guys.
Do we start the Cordell Flott weight gain train?
How was the Cordell Flott way? Yeah, we'll play that game show now. Miles is a starter. I think it's all smoke. I agree. Whoa. Oh, I thought you said Max. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
No. Max is your guy.
Yeah, Max is the guy.
I'm on. We're
This
Max.
is Team Max.
Team Max over here, Herb.
Yeah. Although we welcome all Team Milesers.
Yeah, we love Miles. I still want to know how much he weighs.
I'm a big Miles Brennan guy.
Hey,
I think Max.
When we started this podcast 20 years ago, what we wanted to know was the first thing we wanted to do was to have Miles Brennan on, and dude, what was that? Was that an eagle?
Had a fucking fish in its claws.
A hawk had a fish in its
big ass fish. That was so cool. I'm sorry.
Anyway, let's get back on track. All right, so
it flew away.
When we started this, we wanted Miles Brennan to actually step on a weight scale live on the podcast.
Tulane Billy the intern.
Yeah, Tulane Billy's giving me a refill. Appreciate that, Tulane Billy. Hullabaloo, blah blah blah. Yeah, so. So I wanted him to step on the weight scale, tell us how much he weighs. I wasn't gonna believe it unless I saw it in person, and we started the What's Miles Brennan Weigh game show. We can start that with Cordell Flott if you like. Next question.
Todd Harris doesn't start.
I think Todd Harris doesn't start. I think Jay Ward and Major Burns start. They got to wait on Major a little bit.
Major Burns.
I think Jay Ward is a starter. Yes.
How about Sage Ryan?
Sage Ryan's gonna be young, man. I mean, I love, dude. Let me tell you one thing. I love these 337 kids coming in here.
Yeah.
Dude, they have. When I say they have confidence, off the wall confidence. Yeah. I love it. Those are the kind of guys that we need to be bringing into this class. And it reminds me of, this is way back when, it reminds me of like the Michael Clayton, Marcus Spears. You had all these guys coming in that had so much like, dude, they were just, it was just a whole different feel just bringing these guys into your program. And it only took a year or two to kind of show how they were going to come out.
D-line this year is probably the most stacked it's ever been
absolutely.
in a long time. Farrell Logan, Anthony Gay are your starters coming, I think. Does that change early?
And you didn't even mention Mason Smith.
Or Jaquelin Roy.
Yes.
And I think those two dudes are both starters by the end of the season. I think those are the best two DTs.
If anything, you're right.
And BJ Ojulari.
If anything, our defensive tackle depth is ridiculous.
It's sick.
It is ridiculous.
So sick.
Y'all saw my Jack Besh posts. I'm so high on Jack Besh. We had Jack. We'll get Jack back on. Well, I don't know if he can't. We'll try. Now that he's with LSU, we gotta go through all the protocol. We brought St. Cloud. We got the St. Cloud splash of water. We're about to get crunk up in here.
I just realized that he said Major Burns as a starter in that last one.
Major didn't start at Georgia.
Right. I think he's a good player.
I do too. I think he'll be great, but
I think he's good depth.
I agree
for now, but maybe a starter one day.
I think we wanted him.
I don't know about out the gate.
Also, talk about recruiting. The guys coming in, especially DBs. Holy cow! We are set for the next 4 or 5 years for cornerbacks already.
As usual. Right?
I mean, dude, lockdown guys.
We got Ricks for 2 more years. How sick is that?
I know. Dude, it's unbelievable.
There are times where I'm like, is he
breaking
better?
news, Ricks isn't transferring. He's staying here.
Yeah.
I know all of you are watching for that.
Yeah, suck at Ohio State.
Yeah. And anyway, the NCAA investigates the Arik Gilbert saga, I doubt it. Seriously doubt it. And Brian, we'll recap that. Like, so I just.
No, Moneybags Kirby's got that locked up.
And I'm not telling you anything that other teams aren't. I mean, let's just get real.
Like,
the game of the NCAA and recruiting and all that bull is just out of control. And basketball is the one that everybody's talking about right now. But football's been doing this. Bro, this has been going on for years.
Football's got it way worse than basketball.
Decades. What do we have? We had, who was it? Charles Alexander we had on the Since We're on the Subject podcast before. And we asked him, like, hey, what made you choose LSU? And he goes, well, I walked out. And it was the head coach at Houston was in my driveway, and the head coach for LSU was in my driveway, and they both had briefcase with him.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
so this has been going on since the 70s, man, like 60s.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Back when there was less money involved.
yes, and
too.
so
Okay,
things have
here's-
been thrown around about Arik Gilbert that isn't good, and my whole point is I don't want this guy on our team anymore, man. This is good riddance. We need no drama, drama free 2021.
Right.
We're on the right track. Why bring this? I mean, this guy's already opted out, committed somewhere else, opted back out again. He's in the transfer portal again. He's demanding things from teams, and we're gonna bring this guy back for what reason, man? Like,
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I get the guy's super
Hey-
talented, but so we got other guys that are talented too. I just you saw what happened last year with Arik Gilbert. I understand he's a freak of nature athlete, but it's nothing that we can't fix. But
Craig is gone. Since when?
James Craig is gone. What is happening? Uh-oh.
Is he?
Must have announced it while we were
Did that just happen?
while we just posted. Not sure.
Let me get on the
Was this announced that he and LSU are parting ways? I would assume there's somebody lined up.
Let
If
me get
that's
on the best source for breaking news. Tiger droppings.
yes. Hey, we love you, Tiger droppings crazies. By the
Yeah.
way, so yeah,
O-line coach James Craig is out. Holy
I
shit.
get posted things. People send me things all the time of
Look at that
like
shit.
postings of stuff like that. Tiger droppings is this and that. But yeah, James Craig has parted ways.
Wow.
So
Look at that.
who would be a candidate? You think? We'll have to find out.
Good.
I would assume there's something in the works. I would also
Kevin
assume.
Mawai.
Yeah, this will be it. Come on, let's start the Kevin White train. Not that it's not a terrible choice.
KJ Malone.
KJ, wait, you want to start that? We'll start that campaign.
Let's do it.
T-Bob A-Bear.
T-Bob.
So good.
Yes.
T-Bob for
Yes.
O-line coach.
I'm all in on the T-Bob train. Fuck yeah.
All right, so here's what I would have to say about that. Jake Peets, maybe there's a Jake Peets philosophy. I don't really know.
Is that right?
Oh no, I have no. There's no scoop for me. I have no idea, but I haven't heard that one. I'm at the beach, freshly
There it is.
tan.
Kevin Mawai. It's
Kevin
already starting.
Mawai.
It's already
It's
starting.
starting. Kevin
Let's
Mawai
do it.
train. Come on,
Let's do it.
you crazies. All right, so we'll have to look into that. I'll call my guy later today. See what we can come
Wow,
up
that's
with.
nuts.
I
I wasn't expecting that news.
Yeah, you guys follow us on Twitter and all
What a
that.
weird-
Obviously,
What weird timing for that.
very weird timing. That's why it doesn't seem right. Ole
Started June.
Miss had something similar to this, where it was also a weird timing where they let their guy go and they just hired another guy like right now.
How about we steal Sam Pittman? I mean, Matt Luke.
Where is he
Georgia.
at?
Georgia.
Georgia. There was another guy that LSU
sure
had
they're paying him
ties
well,
with, Rob Sale. I don't know where Rob Sale is now.
Okay.
He played at LSU. I think he transferred at some point, but I've heard a lot of talk along for the last 5-10 years. Like, let's bring Rob Sale in. I have
Andrew
no idea where he's
Whitworth.
at. Yeah, let's bring Andrew Whitworth in. Maybe Andrew Whitworth's retiring.
Dude,
Did he retire already?
Maybe. Probably. I don't know.
Maybe he's about to announce,
Dude,
and
don't
we were
tell
like,
him.
Craig, you're out.
Yeah.
Craig is out at
only reason
at
I could think
LSU
that they
in
would-
June. What's the story? Moscona didn't provide any context. Of course he didn't, Paul. Moscona doesn't provide context because he would like his his $10 stake at the LSU press conferences. We'll find out. I don't know anything about that. Mawai's daughter is an athlete at Arizona State. I know he's over at Arizona State right now.
Well, she's transferring to LSU. Okay.
Let's see if
Is she
you
a
want to make the
basketball-
move.
is she a
basketball
basketball
player? Right.
Or, I mean, Kim Mulkey's dragging in transfers left and right here.
That's right. I don't know if she's qualified anymore to play for Kim Mulkey. What's this Gilbert scoop? I'm sorry, boys. Okay, no problem. It's the scoop that I had was that look, this kid's had a sheet of paper, literally a sheet of paper, and he was had a list of demands. I've heard it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like he had a list of demands.
Right.
One of them was $400,000, and he went to the LSU
What an
coaching staff,
outrageous
and
thing.
they laughed. And he didn't come here. He transfers or commits to Florida under the impression he was going to get his demands. Florida says no. He leaves Florida, and I don't know where. I heard he still has his piece of paper. I don't know anything more than that, but it made me switch gears on Arik Gilbert. I was at the time feeling bad for this kid because everybody's calling him a quitter. I knew there was some personal stuff that he was dealing with, like mental health stuff, and I get all that kind of stuff. But when you start throwing out demands and demanding cash as a transfer, bro. Like, I would say the same thing about Cam Newton, man. Like, Cam Newton going around asking for $250,000. His dad asking, my dad asked me. I didn't know anything about it. Right. His dad asking Mississippi State for $250,000.
Okay.
Yeah, so
here's where I'm going to disagree with you, I guess.
you would rather Cam Newton.
Oh my god.
You would pay for it.
I would
right.
pay $1 million to have Cam Newton on my football team.
Well,
Dude
Auburn
all-timer.
Decided the same thing. So
yeah, and it was a great decision. They went 14-0.
Rob Sale is the new offensive line coach for the Giants. Just left ULL and went there in the offseason. Okay. I've always heard he's a quality guy that they need to be looking at. I mean, ULL runs the ball pretty well. I don't know how any of that fits with Jake Peets. I'll have to find out a little bit more about that and see how that would fit in like that kind of scheme. Maybe there's a guy that they hadn't that they've talked about maybe in the pros too that he has a connection with. We'd have to look into that.
That's the first thing that comes to my mind is the only reason we would be parting ways right now is because we have a guy lined up.
Apparently, Craig violated rules. Ooh. That's the Skip Bourbon. Ooh. Not sure what. Craig Dugas, I'd like to pull my name from consideration for the LSU O-line coach, even though I wasn't being considered. I appreciate that. Ben Wilkerson. Where is Ben at, NC? I don't know where Ben is at right now. That's an interesting name. He's been coaching the pros. So
Jesus Christ, the chat is blowing up. I can't.
It is. It's going nuts. It's going nuts.
Will Blackwell.
Yeah, Will Blackwell. That's great. We'll keep those going.
How about here's one. Former O lineman for the Mission Wolverines.
Les Miles.
Les
Miles for offensive line coach.
Line coach.
Jude is listening. Jude, make the memes, please.
Yeah,
get the
going.
memes. We're at the beach. Come on. We give you the ideas.
Jude,
you
if
post
the
the
meme
content. Let's go.
Why do you sound
this
like
should have already been out.
You sound like Seinfeld right now.
I sound like Seinfeld. Like, what are we doing? I mean, I don't know.
What's the deal with grape nuts?
Craig, yeah, no grapes, no nuts. Less is more. Less is more. Craig, expense and dinners at the Gold Club? Sheesh. I don't know. I have no truth to any of this right now, Paul. I don't know anything.
Is that the Tiger Droppings rumblings?
Dale Weiner, offensive line coach.
Dude, I'm all about it.
Let's get
some
Gabe.
Dale Weiner football.
Let's get Gabe back, huh? Coach Gabe.
Dude, okay. Now we're actually on to something. Give me some.
We can find out some Fertitta scoop right now. So
Billy, get on the phone with Gabe Fertitta right now.
Bo Pelini and Les Miles, co-offensive line power duo. All right, we're off the rails.
He's an assistant O-line coach right now.
All right, let us do some digging, guys, because we know,
Maybe we'll come back tomorrow.
We're your source of info, man.
Maybe we come back tomorrow with some scoop.
Look how professional we are. I have a whole glass of bourbon right here. Light ice, a splash of water. Huh? Willie Fritz will be available in a few. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Tulane Billy with the Tulane minute.
Tulane's gonna sign him to a lifetime contract at your dismay.
Yeah. All right. So I literally have 24 Twitter notifications. Neil Weiner for Tito duo. We got one of those. Screw Neil.
Dude, I'm all in on
Screw Neil.
I'm all in for Tito.
I'll take Dale before Neil.
How about my guy, Sanders Davis?
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, he was a former O-line coach for Catholic High.
Oh!
Now O-line coach for Rice.
Matt Moscona.
Oh, perfect.
Matt Moscona, offensive line coach.
Perfect.
Former offensive lineman at Catholic. He was a guard.
Dude,
I don't even know.
A hell of a list going right now.
I was on all parish, all metro offensive guard. I don't even think Matt Moscona made an all district team. Boom!
Yikes.
What, Matt? What you going to do now? All right. We're going to wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Let's talk about some of our sponsors, guys. We appreciate everybody in the chat.
We got a lot of sponsors.
We got a lot, so we're going to get through this. First of all, we got Relief Pools. My guy, Ben Landry at Relief Pools. I will tell you this. Ben texted me the other day, and he has an idea about doing a podcast in front of one of his pools, and he was going to get Chase Lyons from Soji to come make us old fashions in front of the pool. I said, fantastic idea. Love to
That
hear it.
sounds like one of the best ideas I've
Credit
ever
to
heard in
Ben
my
for
life.
that. Also, we want to talk about Ether Insurance. That's Adam Emirato over at Ether Insurance. They are doing some great work over there. They're all right off of Acadian. Any quote you want for anything, really. He was. I told this story before.
What do they not cover?
I don't know.
That's the best question.
I was with him one night, and he got a text from somebody saying that they were going to. This guy wanted to start his own Bitcoin mining company. Hey, can you guys cover that? And he was like, "Sure." So
That's awesome.
I'll figure it out. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But also, obviously, home, life, auto, commercial, all that kind of stuff. Ether are your guys. So reach out to them. We would really appreciate that. River Cities Total Maintenance. Luis Ragusa is a lifelong friend of mine, man. He handles all right, so AC obviously right now is the big hot topic. They're in New Orleans, but also cover the North Shore. You see the 504 number. But Total Maintenance is a little bit more. So he is with the guys who started River Cities 1 hour over in Baton Rouge. But they can do also electrical and I believe plumbing as well. So reach out to those guys in the North Shore and in NOLA. We would appreciate that. Lucas is the best, bro. I'm just telling you right now. My parents call Lucas every time something happens. He's very trustworthy and he's not going to screw you. And that's kind of why I like to do business with these guys. Bear Process Safety, Adam Barry at Bear Process Safety. Man, Adam is doing some great things right now with social media. So check out Adam on or Bear Process Safety on
What's he doing
Instagram.
on social media?
He does a lot of talks with entrepreneurs in Baton Rouge. He loves that whole video. So basically, as a process safety company, there's a lot of old school thinkers with process safety in plants and things like that in Baton Rouge. Right. He's trying to be a lot more innovative. Obviously, he's adding new dynamics. He has a website that's a lot more innovative to where people can actually do that because the people that are buying his services are younger and younger. Right. So he's understood that, and he knows how he can kind of
that should be
jump in the market a little bit more. Absolutely, absolutely. Who are we leaving off here? We got Bogies. Right? Man, Clayton over at Bogies. We need to go back over to Bogies and do a live show. Also,
we need to grab some Bogies merch too.
We need some Bogies merch. We'll get with Clayton on that too. And I think we were talking about getting back with Jared Foster, maybe doing another show over there with Jared.
Cool.
And Sean Ochinko's made some appearances over there too. So maybe we can do a little baseball deal with those guys. Who am I leaving off? Jude, help me out. Who am I leaving off?
Who we got?
Bank of England Mortgage. That's Patrick Michelson.
Patrick, I missed you tonight, man.
Another light. He was going to come on tonight. Baseball with the kids. Man, we need to get together for a golf. That's another golf trip we're talking about. So we can kind of go around some places in Louisiana. They have a media company that's going to do some filming of that. But Patrick's a great guy. Any kind of mortgage needs, refis guys. Dude, I'm telling you, I trust these guys with everything. Like, I wouldn't do business with anybody but these guys. So Patrick, Lucas, Adam, it's a one-stop shop if you look at some of these guys. Who else am I leaving off, Jude? We have so many damn sponsors.
Mr. Funds.
This is Jason Ramazan at Mr. Funds Travel, guys. You need to reach out to them. They're setting up plans right now for LSU UCLA game. It's all inclusive, basically. You can buy this whole package where it includes the hotel, the flight, and the game.
Dude, that's
everything.
Huge. Dude, that's the worst part of doing these trips.
Hey, you know what?
Figuring all that stuff out.
Lucas, I need to catch back up with Lucas from River Cities. He reached out to me. He said, "Hey, what's the information for Mr. Funds Travel?" And I gave him the information. He connected with Jason. It was like worlds colliding. But yeah, I need to follow up with that and see how that went. Who else we got, Jude? I don't know. Is that it?
Is it?
Bogies and Bourbon. Well, that's the podcast. It's not going to happen tomorrow.
We kind of covered it tonight.
We covered it tonight. Not going to happen tomorrow. So I guess if that's the last one, then that means it's it. Yeah, that's right. So we appreciate everybody tuning in tonight. We still got some people in the chat. We appreciate you guys.
We get the moose
Hey,
on the hat.
the Freds, and
Guys, go get some Fred's merch.
and go
I
to
love the Fred's merch.
OneTeam1Podcast.com. I'm going to
OneTeam1Podcast.com.
be redoing some stuff on there, and I'm talking to Jason over at Fred's about some of that as well. Maybe we can kind of get some merch.
I know we had some requests for some kids clothing.
We do have some requests for kids clothing. I'm gonna get that straight tonight. I think that was Katie and on Twitter. I will get that straight. Again, we appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. And this has been One Team, One Podcast.
Logging out.